Hello children, Deepika here, your computer science teacher. So in today's class we'll be learning about the procedure of inserting an image. Okay, so today to begin with the topic, let me show you the program which is associated with it. Okay, so if you see here, you will understand that right from the beginning, I mean right from the opening HTML tag till this opening body tag, everything is known to you. Okay, you are very much familiar with all these things. So now let me show you the main tag that is associated with this particular concept. Okay, so it's nothing but the image tag. So this image tag is helpful in inserting an image in a web page. Okay, and I would like to tell you that this img tag is an empty tag. So what is the meaning of it? So, and as you know very well, an empty tag will not have a closing tag. Here this img tag will also have no closing tag at the end. I guess you are clear. So now the next thing that you need to know is all about the various attributes that are actually associated with this image tag. The first one is src, the second one is alt, the third one is height and width, and the fourth one is border. So here src, this refers to the URL or the path. Okay, so when you speak about src, it tells you about the file name and the extension of it along with the location, I mean where this particular file has been stored. It gives you all these details. Okay, and then the second one is all about alt. Alt, here it tells you about the alternative text which will be displaying the text whatever we have enclosed within this double quote in the absence of the picture. So in case of any issues or due to some technical issue, if the picture is not getting saved, I mean if it is not getting displayed on the output page, what will happen in that particular place? This alternative text will be displayed. And then the next one is all about your height and width. You can see the values also given within the double quote. So this actually tells you about the size of the picture. And the last one is all about border. Okay, so this border specifies the size of the border given for the picture. So here I've just given us 2. You can give any number there like 5, 6, 7, whatever. Okay, and in case if I give it as 0 here in the place of value, it means no border is required for the picture. Okay, no border is required for the picture. So that's the meaning of it. Okay, so here if you see, you will find that there are 2 different styles of src included in the program. The first one is a very short src, and the second one, it is a bit lengthier one. So what is the name of this short src? The first one, it is nothing but your relative path. What is a relative path? Relative path is nothing but a very short path. Okay, so we have the next one, it's all about your absolute path, where you would have described the location in detail. Okay, so this is about it. So now let's see where you will be using your relative path and where you can use an absolute path. Okay, a relative path is used in such cases where you have the program as well as the picture stored in the same location. And how about our absolute path? An absolute path can be used in such case where actually the program as well as the picture file is not stored in the same location. If it is actually stored in 2 different locations, then in that case 2 different destinations, then in that case we'll be making use of the absolute path. So let me show you where my puppy.gif is saved and where my rabbit.gif is saved. Okay, so this particular program, I've saved it on the desktop. Okay, and so you can see that this puppy.gif is also saved in the desktop. Can you see here? Yeah, so here, and the next one, what am I going to show you is all about my rabbit picture, which is actually saved inside my F drive. Within F drive, I have a folder, okay, which I've created here as my pictures. Within this folder, I have my rabbit picture. I guess I'm clear to you. Okay, so what do you understand from this? The puppy picture as well as the program are in the same location, whereas this rabbit picture is stored in a different location. So where is it? It is within F drive. Within the My Pictures folder, we have saved this rabbit picture. I guess you are clear with this. So now, are you clear with the purpose of using the relative path and the absolute path? I guess you are clear with this. Okay. So this is all about it. So now let's see the output. Okay. So you can see the output here, image.html, which I have stored the program. Okay. Image.html is the name of the program. And now if you see, you can find the output here. When I give a double click, yes, you can see the output here. Can you see? Yes. So the first one, the puppy picture is as a result of using the relative path, and the rabbit picture is here as a result of using the absolute path. Okay. The first one you are clear with. Okay. Now let's go to the second one. What is the second one all about? It is all about the fig caption tag. So what is this fig caption tag? Let me show you. So after this body tag, what am I going to do is, I'm just going to have an figure tag. Okay. So I'm just going to insert a figure tag here. After this, what am I going to do is, after this image src line, I'm going to have the line related to my fig caption. Okay. So now we have, here we go. So now what have I done? So I've just added this fig caption line. Okay. This fig caption contains information which is added here as a piece of information related to the picture. Okay. So here I have two things, which is actually something which is all about describing the picture. The first one is all about alternative text, and the second one is all about fig caption. So now we need to know, what is this fig caption all about? Fig caption is nothing but the tag which actually helps us in describing about the picture, and this description what we give about the picture will be displayed on the screen even if the picture is absent. Like, unlike your alternative text which will be displayed only in the absence of the picture, the fig caption will be displayed on the output screen in the presence as well as the absence of the picture. So that is the difference between it. So if you would like to have a fig caption included in the program, we should make sure that it is enclosed within the opening and the closing figure tag. I guess you are clear with this. So now let me show you the output. Let me save this. Yes. So now I'm just going here to the output page, and refreshing the screen will allow you to see the difference that the fig caption has created. So now you can see this particular piece of information given here, which is going to describe my puppy picture. Okay. So now, do you find any alternative text? No, it is not displayed here. What did I tell you? I told you that it will be displayed only in the absence of the picture. So now let me make a small difference in the program, a small change in the program. Okay. So now to this file name, I'm just going to add a letter called yes. So what it sounds like? A wrong file name. Yes, I know that. So why am I including this change? Why am I including this mistake here? This is for you to understand the use of alternative text. So actual file name is puppy.gif, but I've added this yes. Okay. So now when I go there to the output page and refresh my page, you will understand that the picture is gone. It has vanished. So why is that happening? Because the file name is wrong. Okay. So the actual file name was puppy.gif. Okay. And now if you see, you will understand that the alternative text has displayed the text now. Why? Due to the absence of the picture, the alternative text has displayed the content here. Can you see here? It has displayed the content as puppy. Can you see here? Yes. So, be it in the presence or the absence, this fig caption is not getting vanished. Can you understand? So, this is the difference. When the picture gets displayed, your alternative text will be vanishing. It will not be displayed. Okay. But be it in the presence or the absence, you will find this fig caption under the picture. Okay. And it will be describing the picture. It will have a small piece of information about the picture. Can you understand? So let me go back to the program and correct the mistake. Let me save it. Let me refresh the page. Yes, here is your puppy. Okay. So this is all about the program. I guess my children are clear with the program. Are you clear with the program? And are you now clear with the procedure of inserting an image? Yes. So now just go give a try with your own program and just keep rocking. Okay. Bye children.